Hello, my name is Clay Hurley. This is the first YouTube video I'm putting up, and I kind of just want to, make some stuff and show you guys how to do it. Today, I thought it'd be fun if, since the Joker movie's coming out in October, October, I thought it'd be fun to make something from the Joker movie. It looks amazing, and I'm really looking forward to it because Joaquin Phoenix looks like he's going to kill it as the Joker. I do have some Joker stuff here. I'm a big fan of the Joker, so I thought it'd be fun if we make the mask that his followers wear and that he wears a couple times in the movie. So yeah, I think it'd be really fun to have this and maybe bring it or wear it to premieres or something. And also I thought it would be a nice, costume accessory if you plan as going as Joaquin Phoenix's Joker for Halloween this year. I made it a little bit too small. I got a big old face, big old fat face. So it's a little small for me, but regardless, I could still just hold it and put it up somewhere and yeah, make it look sick. So what you're gonna need to make this is what I used. If there's something else that works better for you, go for it. This is kind of just showing what I did in my process. First and foremost, air dry clay. This is all made out of air dry clay. It gets the job done, and you're able to get the detail and shape it and do whatever you want with it. Next, for the hair, I actually used green yarn because I couldn't find any like fur or like wig hair or anything. So I used some yarn, and I'll show you guys how to make it look like this to this. Next, you're gonna need some elastic strap for the strap on the back. If you really want to, you can just use like shoestring or something and just like tie it behind you, but I like the elastic strap. I think it makes it look nice and good. Nice and good. Great descriptive words right there. To paint the mask, I used a matte white. I used a matte white because when you spray the white and then you paint on all the little stuff, you can touch it up with white acrylic because the white acrylic dries matte, and it helps kind of mask it or go together really well. And then you just need some red acrylic, Admiral blue acrylic. It's a nice dark blue, and black acrylic. You're also going to need a clear gloss for the final finish of it. It gives it a nice gloss and it gives it a nice protection. So don't forget that. I think that's basically what you need. So let's just get right started into it. Alright, so here you see me. This is my first attempt, so I'm being kind of stupid, and I'm making it on a flat piece of cardboard, thinking that I could like hollow it out later and make it look all nice and rounded. But that doesn't really work out. So you can just see me being stupid and messing up here for a couple seconds. So here's the sitch. I'm a dum-dum and was trying to make it on a flat piece of cardboard, and surprise, I don't like it because it looks too flat. So here's what we're gonna do. Foam head, hear me out. It was like $4 at Walmart. So I'm probably just gonna build it on this foam head just so I can get like the definition and stuff so it's not as flat. You know what I mean? Thing to note, the sides of his face go to my cheeks. So from like the forehead to the chin, it's a decent size. That's fine. We'll work it. But it's really narrow. So what we're gonna have to do is after we build it, we're gonna have to just like widen it out while it dries on the sides. But yeah, I think this will work way better. So we're gonna try that out. So right now I'm just using my makeshift spray paint rolling pin, and I'm just flattening it out, and I'm using some water to really smooth it out and make it look all nice. Then I'm just gonna put it on his face and kind of just like smooth it out to find his nose, his cheekbones, and where the eyes go and all that good stuff. The more water that you use now to smooth it out, the easier the sanding will be later and the better it will look at the end overall. And right now I'm just kind of marking where I want the excess to be cut off and then just cutting it right off. Look at that, it's so easy. And then just using the water to smooth out the sides so they don't look as rough. So now I'm going to be adding the clown nose. So I'm really just rolling a ball, and then I'm going to be cutting off the nose of the mask, just so your actual nose can fit in there easier. And then I'm going to hollow out the clown nose a little bit here in a second, right here. And to attach it, I'm just taking little pieces of clay and kind of putting them on there and smoothing them out, so then it all is kind of one piece. So now I'm going to be adding on the cheekbones. Really it's just a little chunk of clay that you stick on there and smooth out. I'm really accentuating the cheekbones because, you know, it's a big Joker smile, so he has to have big cheekbones. And then I'm going to be putting on the chin here in a second, which is, again, just a chunk of clay that you put on and smooth out. I cannot stress enough, the more that you smooth out and use water now, the easier the sanding will be later. Now I'm just lining up and cutting out the eyes, and I'm going to be putting on some brow bones. These aren't going to be the actual like red eyebrows that we see, they're just to add some definition in the face. And there's this weird little line that goes like up the bridge of the nose and like spreads out to the eyebrows. So I just added that on and then didn't smooth it out to like be flush with the mask. And then I added on the eyebrows with little chunks of clay that I shaped, and then don't smooth that out to where it's flush with the mask. You want them to be prominent so you can see them. So now for the lips, I'm just going to be rolling out little snakes of clay and attaching them using a lot of water and just kind of smoothing around them, but still leaving them round so you can tell that they're lips, if that makes any sense. And there's this weird kind of like black crease around the lips, and so I'm kind of just taking my X-Acto knife and cutting that into it, and using a mechanical pencil also to kind of just make it smooth. Then I'm just marking out and putting on the teeth. I kind of just cut little like rounded squares of clay and stuck them on there with a lot of water. And they're kind of like hillbilly teeth, so have some gaps in the middle because you're going to be painting the gaps black later on. So now I'm working on making the ears. I'm kind of doing the same thing I did with the teeth, where I just cut out the basic shape and then I stick it on there and I smooth it all out so it's rounded, and then I added a little bit of like a definition in there just so it's not like a flat piece of clay, so it looks like an actual ear. Alright, as of right now, this is what we got. I think it looks pretty good. Obviously, you know, there's some rough spots, but, you know, we're gonna sand over it so it'll be a-okay. I'm actually pretty happy with it right now. Now we're gonna let this sit and dry. It'll probably take maybe 2 days, to be honest, because there's just a lot of water that I used and it's pretty thick, so it's gonna take a minute for it to dry. But yeah. Okay, So I let it sit for a little over 4 hours. It's kind of tough right now. So what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and pry it off because it feels like it's hard enough to stay in one piece. So I'm gonna try and pry it off and try and kind of widen it, but without breaking it. So we'll see how that goes. If you're doing this part, you want to make sure that it's hard enough to where you feel like it's confident that it will stay together, and really do not try and force anything. I'm very gently trying to just wiggle it off and see if it'll come off by itself without very much force. Would you look at that? Wow, that actually fits pretty good. I don't know why I wasn't talking during this part, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to line it up to my face and see how wide I need to make it, and then I'm just gonna like kind of widen it out and leave it on my desk. Now that it's dry, I'm going to show you guys how to do the hair that comes out from the sides. And like I said before, I'm going to be using green yarn for this. And I'm just going to give you guys a little demonstration on how to do this real quick. So I'm just going to cut off a little piece right here. Now I'm just going to use a thumbtack. If you want, you can use like one of those like cat wire hair brushes, or you know, anything else. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of twist it, and you're gonna kind of just pull the little strands apart, like so. Alright, then once you have the strands, you kind of just take the thumbtack and you kind of just go through each little strand. Yeah, if you have like a wired cat brush, that'll work very well, but I don't have a cat, and I really didn't want to go buy one of those just for this, because I would never end up using it again. And I would kind of like this better than wig hair, just for the fact that it's more rough, but still like fluffy, you know what I mean? It's like you can have it and you can like kind of move it and kind of shape it where you can like have it really poofy. So yeah, and plus I think it matches the actual screen used a lot. So I'm just taking a bunch of strands like this, and I have them they're all like equal length. They just don't look like it because they're all messed up. But I'm just gonna show you a little tip of how I did it. I'm using spray paint. You could use whatever circular thing you have. I'm just gonna wrap it around. So now I'm gonna cut from like this strand. I'm gonna try and line it up with this strand. So I'm just gonna do like right there. And then I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife and I'm just gonna cut a relatively straight line. And then bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a nice little cluster of yarn. like that. So now that I have the yarn that I'm going to use for the hair, it looks a little long, but I'm going to leave like this part to attach under the mask. And then, you know, we could always just cut it if it's still too long. But now I have to do the thing that I just showed you guys to all of these strands of yarn. Like I said before, if you guys have like a cat brush, then that'll work so much faster. Use that if you have one. If you don't, sorry, but you kind of gotta tough it out. So you know how I said I wasn't gonna get a cat brush for this? It took me like 5 minutes to do this one strand, so I got a cat brush. Don't judge me, okay? It was like $3. It's fine. So I'm just gonna, oh, also, I kind of just tied it together here at the end just so it kind of held together easier. So I'm gonna start here at the end and just kind of, oh, already way easier. Look at that, we're already halfway done. That's kind of funky. So I'm just kind of brushing it out, and then I'm gonna kind of fan them out and really try to get every little strand that I miss, and just keep kind of flipping it back and forth and brushing it. So I have the hair to a point where I'm pretty much happy with it. There are like a few strands like these and this one that I'll have to like redo, but I think it's okay for right now. I think it'll look pretty good. This is pretty hard. I left it for about maybe a day or so, day and a half maybe. So I think I'm gonna go sand it. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm using my rotary tool and really just trying to clean up the edges and any other rough spots that I see. And then I'm going in with some sandpaper, get some light grit sandpaper because it'll do scratches. And then just paint the mask with that matte white. And then we're going to go into the details. Pretty self-explanatory, you know, you just got to paint the red nose, some red eyebrows, paint some black in the mouth and around the teeth. Don't worry about it if it's messy, because we're going to clean it up with the white acrylic later. And then, you know, do the black crease around the mouth and do some red lips. After you do the red lips, go ahead and do the blue triangles around the eyes. And then we're going to start cleaning it up with the white acrylic. This is where you want to make sure that you are very nice and very neat. And just really get all the rough spots that we were sloppy with. Alright, so I finished painting, like cleaning everything up. I'm pretty happy with how it's going so far. Now, we are going to attach the hair. I think I'm just gonna hot glue it to like the back of the mask. So I have like where I tied it, and then I cut the excess off. So I think I'm just gonna hot glue it to the back of the mask and see what happens. So I just put some glue on the side of the mask and just kind of stuck it on there for a second, and then I cut off even more of the excess, and then I just really started globbing on hot glue on there, and then I waited until it was dry enough to touch, and just kind of pushed it into the side just so it doesn't like dig into your temples when you're wearing it. So So now I'm going to cut the hair. I'm cutting it kind of in a jagged way just so it has some texture in like different lengths. And I'm cutting it to where it's about 3 or 4 inches long. You can cut it to however long you want. So now I'm just kind of trying to shape it just to see how it looks, and then I end up actually cutting it into like little soft triangles just to make it have like a little point like how it does in the movie. Alright, so we're almost done. I forgot to put the gloss finish on it after I painted it. So I kind of just took some paper and covered the hair and then just put the gloss finish on anyway. What we gotta do now is I'm gonna take this elastic that I found at Walmart and put it on for the strap. So it's probably gonna be just hot glued on right like that. This is pretty straightforward. Just line it up, cut it, and hot glue it. You want to make sure it leaves some slack just to make sure it can go all the way around your head. And then really reinforce it with the hot glue to make sure that it's not going anywhere. Alright, so I just realized you probably couldn't hear me over that. Alright, so there you guys have it. The Joaquin Phoenix's Joker mask from the movie Joker. Not too hard, takes a little bit of finesse, but yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if anyone even watches this, if you guys have any suggestions, any ideas for what I should make next, and yeah, hopefully this video turns out okay. Hopefully it's decently watchable. Like I said, this could be my first YouTube video. I'm talking. Thinking. Hopefully I can keep doing this as a little bit of a hobby. Hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later.